So, back for another VGC guide, and this time we are looking at Eelektross. Did you know that thanks to terrestrialization, it can turn into an electric type that has levitate, so it has zero weaknesses? It should definitely stay as an electric type, because of the reason I just said, but it needed a stronger physical electric move. Wild Charge is not going to do it, because of the recoil that it would give. Thunder Punch is going to be somewhat weak, but with this set, with the coiled set, that's what you want to go for, because you want to bulk yourself out and you don't want to just sacrifice that to Wild Charge. So it kind of has to be Thunder Punch, unfortunately, and then that's just going to be a bit too weak. The stats are not too bad at all. This could definitely get away with coiling and bulking itself up, and Liquidation as the coverage is perfectly fine. Like, you're just not going to hit dragons, but that's good enough otherwise. So that would have been okay, but Thunder Punch needed to be stronger. It's going to be fine, and it could win some games by just being bulky enough while it's coiling, because it's going to have zero weaknesses. So it's going to be okay, but it needed a stronger electric move to be better than it is. Because the stats are fine, but could have been better. But its special attack is actually pretty good as well, so Choice Specs is entirely reasonable. Treat it somewhat like a Rotom, because they can levitate as well and be spamming electric type Choice Specs attacks. But this has some very good coverage. Right? The Rotoms have to choose their one coverage. This can just have all of them. It's got Flamethrower and Kick Drain, so it's basically a Rotom Heat and a Rotom Mow in one. And then you just round it off with Discharge, so you can hit both Pokemon on the opponent's side of the field as well as your own, so just be careful. But this is going to still be able to do some reasonable damage, because this is as strong as the Rotoms are, like same special attack, so slightly worse bulk on the defense side, but the HP makes up for it a bit. It's just the speed that's lacking. That just makes it a bit awkward, because the bulk is okay, the speed is kind of middling, so it's not slow enough really for Trick Room, but it can make use of it, and it's not fast enough to make use of speed control. So it's in the awkward place of not enough bulk to justify not enough speed / too much speed. So and not strong enough either. So it's still going to be okay. Like, the fact that it has zero weaknesses is fine. But do you want a Rotom instead? Probably, because then you still get some weaknesses with the Rotom, but then you get stronger stabs. Or like the stronger coverage in the form of being a stab, I should say, and they're faster as well. So if you wanted a slower electric type attack that wants to make use of Trick Room, again, consider Belly Bolt instead. So this set is reasonably cool and sets it apart from the Rotom forms, but it needed a stronger electric type attack than Thunder Punch. If it had a Wild Charge level base attack that didn't give recoil, that would actually be pretty reasonable. But Thunder Punch is going to be a little bit too weak.